basically to RP with that and like basically RP the group.
Shaking?
That's fine, right? Hopefully that's okay.
Lights, camera, action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Let's Talk Podcast. Today we have Lucas the Lumberjack,
Hello,
part of
everyone.
Skamals, and welcome to our studio. What do you think? We got improvements.
It actually looks really nice, honestly. I'm hoping we get to play with a Ouija board, but I don't think we will.
We can.
for obvious reasons.
Are we actually gonna play with the Ouija board?
Can we
I'm sick. by
Oh
the
yeah,
way.
he's sick.
He's
so
sick.
I wanna
He's
make-
sick, quote unquote.
I am
you know?
sick. I actually am.
Well, it doesn't help that you literally just scream Paul R. Atreides
It's
from Dune.
It's,
Well, I don't know the thing
I don't know. It's
So,
a trade.
Some context.
Where-
It's a bit early in the morning, so
because
yeah.
for some reason this kid has a TikTok addiction.
Mhm.
I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Where not to go too. We're not going to too deep into this shit, but literally, I was at the gym the other day, and I was with my buddy Chris, and we were relaxing, we were having a good time. But then, every minute you sent me a TikTok. Every minute, or like
you were
every other-
yapping.
What?
You're yapping.
What do you mean I was
You're
yapping?
yapping. You're yapping.
I was talking to Chris about
because you were saying that you could do a pull up and he can't do a pull
I
up.
can do a
You
pull
can't
up,
do a pull up.
dude. I did. It wasn't the
You can't.
cleanest,
You can't
but I
do
did it. You know what?
If only we get the video on the screen.
we can
but
put it. We can put it right
You want to
there.
put the video? That's not a pull up. You're about to embarrass yourself and you're.
It's
200
not the
subscribers.
cleanest, but it is a.
It's not a pull up.
It's
it's
not a
not.
clean one. I will say
It's
it's not.
literally not.
I can
So,
do a
what
pull-up.
type of TikToks do you send him?
I usually just send him TikToks about Paul Atreides, Anakin Skywalker.
What month are you?
Oh, what month are you? Yeah,
those stupid
mhm.
shit.
Judge Holden.
Judge
That's
Holden.
my favorite one.
That's a good one.
Love
Yeah.
Judge
I'm
Holden.
not gonna go back to the Judge Holden.
Yeah, so I just send him that, and then
But that's the new thing. Of the
I
week.
pile in funny ones in there just to break up the rhythm.
Yeah, because actually he's like, we gotta break up the insanity, but it gets so bad.
and then workout ones, of course.
What's
workout. The ones I like are the month ones, the funny ones, and the workout ones. I hate when you do Paul Armitage and the Judge.
I like all of them.
I hate them. And then now you have an Anakin thing, which I'm like,
Anakin's cool, man.
Anakin's cool, yeah.
Anakin's cool.
I agree.
I think.
As a
What's wrong
big,
with
as a big
Anakin?
Star Wars fan, I
Do
love
you lack
Anakin.
conviction?
Listen,
Yeah.
I think he's a
Yeah.
great character. I just hate that you're trying to be like him.
Have you ever
I'm not
seen Star
trying
Wars?
to be like him. I wish I could be like him.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Have you seen Star Wars?
I watch all of Star Wars, yes.
Oh, really?
Every single, even all the shows.
Well, not all the shows, but I've watched all the movies.
Not
watch
your
it.
fan, you know.
Where
No,
everyone loves the originals. That's what made
Yeah.
it big. And then I actually like the prequels. I think they're.
The prequels, I think, are better now. I think people
Yeah.
have shitted on them too
Mhm.
much.
I think
They're
they
not
were. I think
as
they're not as
bad.
good as the original, but like I think they're good for what it is.
That's also what we grew up with, so we've missed all.
Yeah.
Fair. And the new trilogy, Burn in a Fire.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no.
It is
It's,
pretty
Remember when
bad.
Finn was supposed to be a main character?
Remember when Finn was a character? Finn was like my favorite part about the new
What's the
trilogy.
female actor name? Or what's the female?
Ray, I think.
Right! It's like his whole...
No, like,
it's the
like listen, I
I
liked the whole concept with the first movie. They were like doing like the fourth movie over again. I was like, okay, it's cute, it's cool. And then and they had Finn, who had a crazy backstory. He's this stormtrooper who's like, oh, you know, he's turning, he's going to the other side. What's going on here, man?
That was a very
Maybe
well written story.
He's force sensitive. Oh, what's going on? All right. And then all of a sudden, second movie, we throw him in the gutter, and we're like, oh, okay. And then in the
Yep.
third movie, dude, I don't even know what he did in the third movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he just said jokes and says,
He's the
they fly now? They fly
Yeah,
now?
yeah, no,
That's
that was
all
it.
I remember.
I don't remember doing anything in the third movie. I remember in the second movie they had Rose with him, which was like,
Wasn't she killed?
no, they just excluded her. It was really funny what happened. I feel bad for that actress because they put her in the second movie. It's a pretty important role, right? And it's unfortunate that she was cast in the role that whatever. I don't think she's a bad actress, whatever happened. And then the third movie comes in. It's really funny because you actually see interviews for like the movie. What's that movie? The last movie in that new trilogy called?
Oh, the last...
No, something Skywalker.
The Last Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh,
or something.
no,
No,
I
that's
didn't
the
even
last
see that
Jedi.
one.
No, it's the last-
It's something. Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of
There we
Skywalker.
I
Yeah.
thought that-
Anyway,
Or Return of the Skywalker. something
so
like that.
and you actually see their interviews, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think Rose is gonna do in the movie?" And like people are coming up to her with the mic, and she's like, "Oh, she does stuff or whatever."
Mhm.
And then it's really funny because then they're like, "Oh, you get to the movie, you're like, all right, let's see what Rose does." Does nothing. She does nothing the entire film. Like literally Nothing. I don't think there's a single thing she does.
That is disappointing.
This is the biggest gripe to me, though I'm more of a combat fan and Star Wars nerd. The Knights of Revan in all the new trilogy is like the worst representation of the Knights of Revan. So like, remember the Red Guards that they have that big fight scene in the 8th movie? The worst combat I've seen in my life.
Oh yeah,
They had a dual wield guy. His one of his weapons just disappears. I'm telling you, it's
they were supposed to be like these elite
no. So
soldiers
these are elite
Yeah,
like
they
force
suck.
sensitive soldiers made to kill Jedi. Or they're like basically like Inquisitors, but like they're royal guard. The worst combat I've seen with them. Then we see I forgot his name, something Solo, because he used to be the bad guy, but now he's
Kylo Ren. Are you talking about?
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
What's his new name?
I don't know.
Anyway, Kylo Ren. He has a fight with it's a Revan, and he basically takes his lightsaber and like puts it behind him, and he blocks a shot, even though it's like 4 seconds.
I don't know. I
I
watched a YouTube video, like basically like dissecting that entire fight scene and how it was like awful, like how just the choreography was like terrible, and how like there were so many mistakes in it. You could actually like if you slow it down and just watch it, it is pretty bad. So
I'm thinking about the TikTok meme that
what?
it's like, I'm Paul.
What?
Get off me!
No,
And it goes, liar.
Yeah,
I
like
can't
I
say
mean,
anything.
well, that's because poetry. Well, fun fact for the folks at home: Dune is actually like the precursor to Star Wars. You know, it was-
Actually,
yes, it was written by some dude. I don't want to say some dude. He's
some guy.
He written in like the 60s.
So Dune is basically the foundation of all sci-fi. Warhammer 40k actually takes a ton from Dune, all from Atreides, like the last name. Like
Oh,
the
it's crazy.
Yeah, like because Dune is like it's like a sci-fi space thing,
Mhm.
and you can see it too because the main character Paul Atreides, he looks a lot like Anakin Skywalker
Oh, okay.
first of all, and also they kind of like that's why the TikToks are together with them because they kind of like I guess act the same.
spoilers ahead. There's also literally a force like ability,
voice.
the voice where all
Which
women.
it's literally the force.
which is basically mind control force powers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, and it was a book written, and it's actually really funny because I think the guy who wrote Dune, I'm pretty sure that I think there was like some sort of I don't know if he was going to sue George Lucas or something like that, because over Star Wars because they were very similar. They were very similar. I don't think he did sue him, but like you can like the planet that they're on in Dune, that's basically just Tatooine.
Yeah.
Like it's just Tatooine.
Yeah.
The giant worm, that's the
That is.
Well, there's a giant worm in.
in Tatooine. Yeah.
Yeah.
the was it Sarlacc, right?
Yeah.
There's
Sarlacc, yeah.
there's like
Well,
there's
'cause
comparisons, right?
Yeah. 'Cause there's
So
sorry.
no, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say there's just a giant worm. That, what is it? Like a pit, and then that's where.
Yeah.
Sarlacc. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen, no, I know my Star Wars.
that movie
stuff.
came out in like the 80s, right? When did Star Wars versus Star Wars come out? 80s, 90s?
Original, I think it was the 70s, late 70s.
Was it?
70s came out?
I thought it was
Maybe.
like 80s. When was the books written?
Because they had some pretty good effects that even I would say to test time.
Yeah,
Like-
it's got test time.
To test. I said.
Oh, to test.
Testing
I
time.
think I'm just not.
I thought we were talking about like the Testaments, like the Old Testament, the New Testament.
No, I'm not.
Where's
really.
your sweatshirt? Oh, did you get you
Here,
put it away?
well, we'll show it. I don't have because we gotta have Peter Griffin on the table instead. I'll show this stuff. It I actually really like this. It's You Are
It's-
Enough because I think
Very
everyone-
inspirational.
And then dear
Honestly, I'm inspired by reading it.
dear person behind me, the world is a better place with you in it. Love the person in front of you.
So cute.
Actually, it's a really nice shirt.
It's nice and
It's
promotes
wholesome.
mental health.
It's very wholesome.
I feel like my mental health bill is decreasing by the second,
Oh, 'cause
The
you're
more I'm
wolf.
around him, my mental health is just shot.
so I don't go to therapy.
Wolfram.
Wolfram moment.
Oh God.
Wolfram.
Alright, we're going to
the
this
wolf.
topic.
Well, I mean,
How do we want to talk
well, how
about
Let's
about
make
you
it-
no, talk about
Okay.
your Secret Santa gift, right?
Okay, we'll go into Wolfram later.
It leads into it. It's all.
Yeah,
Wait,
wolf.
let's
It's all
talk about
connected.
Secret Santa gifts and then we can
Yes.
get into the wolf.
So-
lore.
Because if you're asking some of the stuff we have on set, Lucas got me that FNAF plushie because apparently I'm the FNAF guy. So
Apparently.
why Shadow Bonnie?
So I thought like Freddy was, too generic.
Oh,
Everyone
Golden
does
Freddy.
I mean, come on.
No one. I saw Shadow Bonnet. It was like $22, and it was like really, really nice, and the company was really nice. Like, you know what? No one gets like a shadow like creature because only people that really play FNAF know about the shadow creatures. So I was like, this is perfect for
That
him.
shit's fair.
Yeah, it's like, this is the same guy who says he's not the FNAF guy that made a Jeopardy about FNAF and made some of the worst, most vague questions possible.
Listen, you only say that because you got one question right that was incorrect. And that was for FNAF 6, which is arguably the absolute worst one out
I
of
had
the
to fight
series.
for that answer.
You
and,
did have to
and I
fight
still
for that.
lost.
Because I hate that game so much. That
our-
was the worst
Because
one.
our friend Beal came out of nowhere and said, "Oh, join the team," and then basically like 20 questions right.
Oh, you know. Well, because I told you guys to study. I gave you the exact thing.
I
Sean,
won it, by the way.
which you know
I
what
won.
you did? You studied 2 hours before the
He answered
Jeopardy.
2 questions, I think.
And he actually was balling
Oh, yeah.
late game. Where it was security breach, miscellaneous, and then was something because I know first board it was like you and like Chris.
I don't really remember anything from it. All I know is that I carried, and I was
Whose team was I part of? Because I was on part of Yee's team. I was on Yee's team.
You know, Yee.
I carried Yee's fucking team.
Yeah, you carried these ass.
I think he answered one question right.
Good,
And he got it
right.
wrong. Or he got it
No.
right. I don't know.
Yeah. He answered one question. I think
You know,
that's it.
Chris and Sean, I thought were gonna do the best. They fucking flopped. They did so bad.
So I got you Shadow Bonnie, and I also got you a poster, which is of just all.
I still have that on my wall.
Yeah, it's I think it's the FNAF movie poster.
Yes, it is.
What did you get for?
Secret
yeah.
Santa.
To her, this year was not.
Oh, I got like a Halo thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Halo.
It was
thing, yeah.
it was like Arbiter and Master Chief back to back and like a scene in Halo 3. And it like glows up and it like
That's cool. Yeah.
so you put on your that's pretty cool.
All
I
right,
like it.
let's talk about my Secret Santa. Who wants to? I don't want to talk about it. If you're
You
honest.
have to talk. I actually
Okay. So
I don't know much about the story.
So let's go. I'll go back to the lore. So I was
The lore.
going to get like a really cool dice set with dragons inscribed on it because I love dragons as well as fantasy
yeah,
and all
he's
that.
really the dragon
the
guy.
dungeon-
We call him,
I-
we call him-
he's the fantasy
I love
motherfucker.
Dungeons
we call him
Dragons.
the wolf guy, but he's actually a
I
dragon.
love dragons, all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. And so he's giving me a specific dice set and like basically something else with dirt. I don't know, something weird. Instead, what I got, he said, "Oh, it was lost in shipping," so I didn't decide to ship again. My friend Matt gaslighted the person who was getting me this gift into getting me a shirt with a wolf on it, and it says "That's me," and he has like horns as well.
We'll put the
And
image on the back.
I'm gonna put the image
Yeah.
on the back, and he's just sitting over a cliff, just.
But that's so you.
and it says "This is me" or something like that. I haven't worn the shirt in public because
You should have worn it for the podcast.
I should have worn it for the podcast. That would
It's
have been really
such a
funny,
good
but I
shirt.
totally forgot about it.
I love that shit so much.
Yeah.
You know, I got Kaz. What was it? So I always like to go above and beyond because I think one, it's nice, and two, I think it's funny. So I got Kaz this year. So I decided to make him a custom sweatshirt. So I did a nice design in the front. It's him looking all hunk and shit, and on the beach because I couldn't find any pictures of him. And then the back it said like I'll put a picture again. Is like. My name is Kaz, with some hieroglyphs that say not ye, and I got the general, which was my code name at the time. That's
No,
for some
lieutenant. You're
lieutenant. What was it,
You're
lieutenant?
lieutenant. You're not.
I was lieutenant for some reason. I don't know why. And all I got for Secret Santa was WarioWare for the Nintendo Switch and this sweatshirt, and it was the best thing I've ever made in using my design degree.
It's a cool game.
I think it's a
I don't own WarioWare. I wish I did.
But to segue into that, D&D,
Oh god.
Mr.
So,
Dungeons and Dragons, man.
So they got me the wolf shirt. So the reason I'm not a wolf guy, but we've been in a campaign for 2 years. It's about JoJo. It's really weird.
Joe.
My character's name is Wolfram. He's an English
He's a
person.
wolf.
he's a wolf.
He's an English person, but the name's more like German. I didn't realize it at the time. So, Wolfram, he has nothing to do with wolves. I don't think there's a single wolf.
No. In fact, your like ability has to do with like space.
Space, stars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's my whole stand based
You're like
off.
Gojo, honestly.
Honestly,
That's what you're like.
He's him.
Yeah,
You're
when am I
like-
gonna get the infinite void
Wait,
ability?
can his act, okay, a little sidetrack, a little ahead. Can his Act 4 just be Infinite Void?
I don't know, man.
I saw it broken. Like,
Dude, just be broken. Be him.
true. We'll see.
He's more like and basically everyone's like, oh yeah, you're a wolf because your character's name is Wolfram, and that's filed into
Wolf.
Lucas becoming like the wolf guy.
And then
No, he's not. But I think it's funny.
it's funny.
We have fun about it.
There's a worse title I have, but it doesn't even make sense.
What was the title?
Oil Baron.
Oh,
the oil,
yes!
no, the oil baron does make sense. The
Oh,
wolf, it doesn't kind of make sense. The oil baron makes sense. It's like different forms. So for any of you who have
Please
watched
get to
Dragon
the
Ball
lore.
Z, and you know Frieza, he has different forms, right?
mhm.
Good old Lucas over here has different forms as well. He has his wolf form, so that's he just does wolf stuff. And there was one time we were driving home. What we got, like ramen or something?
So
Oh,
we
God,
got
yeah.
ramen and
No, we didn't. Okay, I want to.
Oh no, we didn't get ramen.
I want to go into that story before we.
Yeah,
get
no,
into
let's go
that.
through the whole story. Before.
So we basically going out. Why we're going out? I forgot.
We're just
we
gonna
were
get
gonna go
ramen.
get ramen.
Just ramen.
Where did we go?
What's the
after?
Ramen place was closed.
Oh, we went to Wild.
We went to
Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
That was
Oh yeah.
Not to downplay Buffalo Wild Wings, but
the service was
The
bad.
service
the worst
was
service
so
I've seen in my
awful.
life.
because our waiter was flirting with the girl
Our
at the
waiter
bar.
was either
was,
waiting
yeah.
next to us or flirting with the girl at the bar before we got any of our food. Took us maybe 25, 30 minutes to get our drinks.
He didn't. We asked for napkins.
We asked for
Yeah.
napkins, didn't even
You got
come.
it.
We got our
It's
food.
disrespectful.
Food's okay.
It was so bad.
Worst experience, yeah.
And the worst part is that we started putting in the tip. We got like $25, and I was like, "We're really giving this motherfucker $25
We all took a
for
dollar.
shit?"
back.
So we all took $1 back,
Yeah.
which I still think was a little too much, but I don't give a shit.
Mm,
Because, dude, if you give shit service, you don't deserve a tip.
I agree.
But so on the way back from Buffalo Wild Wings, we pull up to Lucas's place. I don't know how this happened, but we were talking, and then all of a sudden I hear Lucas get out, and he's like, I got so many cars. I'm the oil baron. And he just leaves, doesn't shut the door to my
Okay,
car.
I thought I shut the
Then
door for that.
disappears.
I was too.
Yeah, because the reason why that question was asked is because Lucas lives nearby a parking lot area.
Yeah,
And
I
there's a
live
bunch
by
of-
a church, and,
and there's a
everyone
bunch of cars that are parked there, and someone asked like, "Oh man, look at all those cars! You having a party or something or whatever?" And then Lucas got out of the car and he's like, "Yeah, you see those cars? Those are mine. I'm the oil baron." Doesn't shut the door. Walks away, like an
Okay,
NPC.
I was so
honestly.
convinced I shut the door.
Like an NPC from like Skyrim or something. He just walks away.
It's because
Dude, did he just teleport us to a higher level? I didn't see him go up, and I'm like,
just
He just walks
he
into
just
his house,
walks
and I was
away.
like, He declared that he was he had to watch, and that was it. And that's how oil baron
Dude, there's been so many funny times that just Lucas can get. Like even before that night where I parked in the parking lot. You guys are like, guys, why are you parking? Joe, why are you parking in the parking
Yeah,
lot?
he didn't park in front of his house.
And he's like, I could have, but here's the thing. I was like, watch this. So I'm like, Lucas, pretend. He's like, where are you? We're on the side, and we're at the side of the building. We're like, I'm the farthest down, like from this building.
Mhm.
We're like, literally, it's like I would say like, I don't know, like 60 feet. I don't know. It's very far. So I'm like, watch this. So we're talking, and all of a sudden we see Lucas at the corner, bolts towards the car.
Have you ever
Sonic
seen the Get
speed.
Out meme? Basically,
Oh, yeah, no.
it's a meme
I was
that's
gonna
running
say,
like
yeah.
that.
It is that meme from Get Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just running.
Yeah. And he's just bolting to the car and just opens it, quickly gets in. He's like, let's go, boys. And we just start
Yo,
laughing.
where we were late though,
It was so
Yeah.
Well, it didn't matter. Like, we were going for ramen, and then ramen was closed.
Yeah.
That was sad.
It
But
was-
then we went back like next week. I think, and they were open again.
But you just disappear, man. You just do. I swear, you're an SCP.
Disappear.
Because
SCP. What?
here's another thing is that you just ran. At least from the stories I've heard, and I've seen it only once, where you just disappear. Where I guess for my example, one time you were going up, getting out of the car, and then we turn away for a minute, and you just disappear.
You know, people told me that I'm like weirdly quiet, which doesn't really make sense because I'm a big dude, right?
I'm
like,
a big
He's
dude.
a big dude.
no, I am like
Broad, you know.
my mass exceeds
yeah.
the whole room. But no,
He's
I'm
got
like
his own gravitation.
I'm like,
Okay, actually.
but I'm like weirdly quiet too. Like my
you have a good.
my sis, I scare my sisters all the time. I just walk up behind them.
Oh yeah, man, you really scared your
He's got.
sisters?
He's got.
You creep up on them?
Oh, God, down there.
He's got pretty good stealth. You know. What I mean?
No,
He
like
doesn't
I'm
sneak
like
around.
I'm like a weirdly quiet person. It's either that or just I don't think I'm that quick.
Not when you're eating
compared
that
to people I
coleslaw.
know.
That is true.
That coleslaw sucked, by the way.
Yeah,
Why-
and you
Why
devoured it.
You
Why
devoured
did
it.
we went to the Nautilus though? Diner. Actually, the worst
Well,
diner.
you gotta keep in mind, we went to Nautilus. It was a beach day. They were having like a wedding party or some shit. And
Yeah,
so
we had to be quick too.
we had to be
They
quick.
were like, "Yeah, you guys have to be out of here by like some time
because they were having a wedding.
Yeah, some sort of
and had part of a
event
restaurant, but they were
Dollar
like, we can keep doing.
signer.
So they rushed our food. Mine was okay, but Lucas's was garbage. But for some reason, when we got the coleslaw, he just devoured it like a
Keep in mind,
goddamn
I haven't
monster.
eaten anything for like 8 hours.
And
Because we're
Joe-
at the beach all day.
we were laughing hysterically because Lucas was eating it like a monster, and Joe was looking at him and just dying laughing.
He was going like,
Yeah, I was going Chef Gusteau.
No,
on
the
that.
best part is he would be eating, and then like a wild animal, he'd eat his coleslaw, and he'd look to his left, look to his right to make sure no one was stealing his food, and he'd just start going back again. You know, he'd start eating and just eating and eating and eating. And I'm like, dude, this is like watching like the Nature Channel. Like, I'm watching like a grizzly bear, like like eat its food and like trying to protect it, like
Look,
some
if
like
you want
scavengers.
context, that was my wolf form.
That was the wolf came out there.
No.
That was the first time we saw the wolf.
You know how like people that never like learned fighting was like, I'm just gonna get angry during a
It's
fight.
gonna
That's
get
me.
mad.
It's just gonna get
Yeah.
mad, bro. I would.
If I ever got into a fight,
I'm mad.
I'd
I'm
feel
crazy.
so bad because I fucking smacked.
I love watching those memes. So much.
Dude, speaking of fighting, I wanted to actually ask you a question. So, one thing we're planning, hopefully maybe it can happen, and maybe we'll be able to talk about it on the podcast what happens after the Skamals Olympics.
Oh, Olympics, yes.
Where I want to say, what events do you think you guys are going to do the best in?
Okay,
Oh,
so to
God,
be
can you
fair,
remind me of the
we don't
events?
know the exact events yet, and for a reference here, because he's kind of saying this without context, what we're planning to do is we're planning to do like an event with a bunch of friends. Get off your phone!
I'm trying to get the events up.
Disrespectful. All right. Anyway,
Let me get the events
you
up.
know, and we're doing like an event in the summer, and we're like, dude, it's gonna be like a little Olympic thing, all right? We're gonna do video games, it's gonna be like actual sports, which just sucks because we're gamers and we don't do that shit.
You guys
But
have fun.
and we're planning to get it together with a bunch of friends and have a fun time. We don't know the exact events because we have to decide. But one of the events proposed was chess boxing, which I'm pretty sure immediately got shot down.
I mean,
Everyone's wusses.
Okay,
man.
to be
it's not
fair,
even
though,
that.
to be
Like,
fair,
I'm gonna
though,
get it.
I played football. Head trauma is not the best. I'm not gonna lie.
There's
When you get a concussion,
chess
It's not really-
boxing.
it's not fun. All right, it's not that fun.
Let's get into chess boxing. Chess boxing.
chess boxing. Like
Chess
chess
boxing. Chess boxing and why it's a horrible idea. Keep in mind, not all of us are the same size. Not even close. We
No,
have
it is not.
varying
it's a mismatch.
sizes.
Some of us are like
There's a
big-
reason weight classes exist.
Yeah, there's some of us are big dudes, and we got some muscle to us, and then there are other
If
dudes
Hal
that are,
came and decided to chess box fucking sorry, my
Colin,
language.
it's all right.
Colin,
I'll edit
he's
it.
out. He's gone. He gets one punch out. He doesn't even get to the chess
Yeah,
part.
some of us are. Some of our friend group they're little like skinny twigs, and
You could just break them in
one
half.
punch, and it
Yeah,
would
no.
be out.
Yeah, we
Where
got-
I
we
don't
got-
know how to do.
Listen, they have
If we gotta use like
Well, listen,
classes,
we
we
gotta-
got some barbarians,
at
got
least
some
the-
fighters, got some wizards.
Yeah.
Well,
Some
because
stuff like
what do we have? I would say the people that are like strong and like I guess like the
Me.
fighters of the group is you, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I'm,
Gert, but he's in Canada.
is Kurt gonna come to us?
No, but he's still part of Skamals. You
is
can't.
he?
Joe, when I hear
Kurt, if
anything
you're
bad
watching
about
this, you are.
Gert? I defend you.
sorry,
I
I
think you're part of.
sorry, I mean G. I mean
Listen,
G, Mr. G.
the big G.
The big
Big
G.
G.
We got the big A and we got the big G.
Big G.
Yeah, big G.
That's what we're gonna call
Um,
Gert from now on. Big G.
Yeah, but I can't disrespect her. We were up last night until like 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you're having your 4 a.m. talks and
We were talking about the
Making
current
out.
state of affairs. I mean,
yeah, the political agenda.
exactly. He lives in Canada. I live in America, so we got to discuss what's going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna assimilate one day.
Aren't you
Canada
gonna take over the
and
country?
America. It just looks right if it's one country.
It does look
right.
right.
America and Canada. Yeah. The
But
lines.
what was it? So the strong ones were you, me, Gert. I think you. I'm gonna fucking beat you, man.
If we talk about weight classes, Lebo.
What is Levo's weight class? Because I know he's the largest in Skamals.
He's the largest Kamal fight right now. He's also really tall. He's like 6'2", I think.
He's 6'2".
All right, he's
That
definitely-
does not sound.
He's definitely
right.
6 foot. Let's get. I don't remember how tall.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
He's
But
definitely 6 foot. He also fishes all day. I'm telling you, he's a freak of nature. This man,
I mean, I'm not
this
gonna
man,
disagree with you.
this man goes Crocs and shorts in like 10-degree weather.
Yeah.
and
That is true,
he
actually.
fishes all day and never gets tired of it. I
Listen,
don't understand how
Okay,
he
to
does
be
it.
fair though, in a survival scenario, he's probably the
Dude,
best
Oh,
guy
he's
to
the
have.
best.
If
by
the
far.
world
That's
goes
just
to
like-
shit, we're all going to Lebo.
Because
That's why
he's
I'm
got
calling
a
a freak
boat.
of nature.
He
A
can
boat.
fish. We're
He's fucking fine.
You know, zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse ever happens, you go on a boat with him, you just
Perfect.
fish,
Dude.
and then
Who do you think you would take? Like 5 people in a zombie apocalypse in small. Who would you take?
well,
Like, okay, not counting Dirk because he's in Canada.
Okay,
I would
so-
take Joel, Lebo.
Okay, let's start.
Medium.
Let's start with you. Well, who do you take? 5 people.
I'm taking Joel and Lebo immediately.
Mhm.
I need someone that's kind of fast. Duke. I think.
someone who's fast.
Yeah. So
you,
that
you need a runner, right?
I do
To
need a
to
runner.
go get those supplies.
yes, I do need a runner for that. So Duke will probably be the choice. Chris, because I just think he's not gonna survive.
That's your lover.
That is
Yeah, that's
My
it's
lover.
your,
where we need to repopulate the planet.
Chris is there.
Exactly.
By the way, it's not a female. It's a guy. So we're not gonna.
You can.
But we can.
We can figure it out.
We
you
can
know?
figure it out. But
Chris,
I just need him for moral support, and then I don't think as much as I like you, I don't think.
I'll take Yi because he's smart.
But like, is he survival smart?
I don't.
Looks smart, man. I don't
But
know.
what,
You
but
might
what is,
need it. Who
what is
knows?
book smart gonna do?
You never know. I mean, what if a gang rolls up
Like,
on
it-
you and they're like, "Hey,
Gang
what's the square root of like I don't know 72?" And you're like, "Oh
Because
shit,
he's
I don't
good
know
at
that."
coding and doing technology
And
shit.
then all the
Books
what if he does? He actually works on AI stuff, which you love AI stuff too, right?
Yeah.
You know, and if he works on AI stuff, AI might help out in the.
What type apocalypse talking here? You talking about Fallout apocalypse?
We're talking
We're talking about
zombie.
anything, man.
I was
You
thinking
know.
the zombie apocalypse.
Fallout apocalypse. You know.
And
okay.
who would be the last one? Maybe it's either Liam or Sean. Because Sean, I feel like has
Well,
a range
Liam's
of-
got that.
I think Liam's
military.
good at
Actually, no, yeah, no,
access,
Liam.
you know,
I'm gonna
so
take Liam.
what we could do is we could just get into his sub and just sail off. You know?
Because the thing why I want Sean is because I
That's the
feel like
only
Sean
reason?
has like a barbarian type build where he's gonna just rage.
Barbarian
You're
type
putting
build.
a lot of effort
I've
into
never-
Sean.
I
I don't think I've ever seen
Dude, have you
heard
seen
someone
him at
describe-
Sean scream, but I don't think he's a barbarian
I-
type
He's
build.
the type of I don't know. I feel like Sean's the type of person where he would just go ballistic. Like if you give him a league game and just make him lose 5
He
games.
does
in a row-
rage a lot.
Yeah.
Like at video games, he does rage.
Yeah,
a
he
lot.
does. Yeah.
Dude, Lebo's so bad. Dude, Lebo's a good creature online. He's actually like an
Lebo
animal.
is
He's like Dr. Jekyll and
There's
Mr.
two
Hyde. you
phases.
know?
Though. He's like the what is that? Two face.
Levo's a gentle giant in like person. He's like always like really nice to people. On League, he's like an animal.
Online, he's
He's
just
very
like-
toxic.
Yeah,
Very
He's
toxic.
a like I genuinely think he's a
For
terrible.
those of you who don't know what League of Legends is, that's
No,
what League. We said League. They might not know.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know. Yes. Well, I don't play League of Legends.
well, no one plays it. Well, back in
The
the
worst-
dark
the
ages
worst
of
game.
League, no
Yeah,
one plays
it kind of sucks now, at least in my opinion. It's not good.
it sucks. But back in the dark, even Lebo still plays it now.
He's addicted.
He's
He
addicted.
can't quit. Actually,
But he's
Sad.
just genuinely a terrible person when he plays League, and just online. I would argue in general. So
For my 5,
Yeah.
Levo for sure.
serious time.
Liam because he has military training and also survival stuff that comes with it. I'm also kind of survival aspect.
Well, you gotta take.
well, you're the
yourself.
lumberjack.
Oh yeah,
You gotta take
I know
yourself.
how to hunt too.
Well,
and
yourself
all that.
doesn't count. You're part of the group.
Yeah, I
Alright.
know that's the thing. Levo, Liam. Not taking Chris. I'm just tell you right now.
You need to, dude. You need to have some entertainment, man.
Maybe entertainment.
Chris can go like I don't know. Like,
if I'm
be
thinking
cute and
pure
shit.
survival, I think it'd be detrimental.
Like that man. Like, have you seen that man play Mega Man? He's like, I'm so angry,
He gets angry. He gets
Uh,
angry.
dude.
I'm surprisingly gonna take Yi because I think book smart is useful. Not you. I don't think. Actually, I need someone fast.
Bingo.
I'm not gonna. Matt's fast, but I can't take Matt.
Dude, Matt will make you want to
No,
kill yourself.
I will lose sanity if I take Matt.
Yeah,
in
no,
a
Matt
survival
will lose
apocalypse, So I'll
sanity.
take Buke. I think Buke's is next fastest. Last but not least. I guess I do need someone strong.
The clicking thing.
Yeah. It'll probably be
I love
Joel or someone else strong. If I can take Gerd, I'll take Gerd.
No,
Yeah.
it's all. He's in
Uh,
Canada. The goal is to get to Gert.
It'd
It's
be
like definitely Canada.
Joel. Is someone else that's like really strong and missing? No.
Yeah, Joel's the strongest.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
don't know.
Joel.
I am.
That's my 5.
I'm him.
What's yours?
I think honestly I just need myself.
Okay.
I
Man,
think
you're so you must be so much fun at parties.
I'm
I think no. I mean, like genuinely, maybe I need one person.
Well, you get 5.
But why would I need 5 if I just need myself? Like if I could just make it the can on my own, because you just asked the objective.
Or just
right?
doing Death Row to
Is there
Canada.
any
It's-
is there any downside to having 5?
First of all, if you're by
more
yourself,
food.
you get your rations for yourself.
Okay.
You get your own water supply. You got your own, so you're self-sufficient.
You're thinking too far into this.
We're
I mean,
making the what?
Listen, all I'm saying is if you're with a group of people, you got to split up the rations.
Okay,
know.
but let's just say rations are taken care of and water's taken care of. Like
You're assuming that.
there's no downside. Who would you take?
I think I could be on my own.
Okay, you're just okay.
I'm
well.
telling you, leave
Okay,
it.
you know what? No, here's a better one then. Since he wants to be like a special snowflake, fighting a polar bear. Who would you take? 5 people. One person gets a weapon.
Do I get any weapons?
One weapon. One melee.
If I
weapon.
get one weapon, I think I can
One
do it.
melee weapon. Did you just
Yeah, you
say
do it.
you could do it with one
I'd
melee
win.
weapon
If you give me a spear, 100%.
by yourself?
Dude, I outrange you. What's it gonna do?
No weapon.
Do you guys know?
No, okay, then I'm screwed.
Do you guys,
Pick
Then I
5,
fight for my life.
5
you know.
people.
I get a little angry now.
No,
It's
5
so
people is
off.
too much. It's too easy.
What amount is?
I'll pick 3.
3.
Actually, no. Well, I am myself. I'll pick you for a shield, and then we'll get. I think I already said this. We've done this scenario before. I take Buke because he's scrawny,
But he can
no,
run
no, you know
around.
what? I'm not taking you, Buke. I'm sorry. I just realized that you probably get like swatted once. And then, so
I can survive.
yeah, no, you're gonna be the tank. So
I just
Um,
beat the shit out of him.
exactly. I'm gonna strategize, try to get around it, put it like in a chokehold or something. You know,
Take out its legs.
maybe try. You're not taking out its
You have
legs.
one
What are
weapon.
talking
There's
about?
no way you take
You gotta
out.
go for that.
no,
You gotta go
there's
for
no
that.
way.
You gotta claw the eyes. You gotta do something like
Well,
that.
no, but I'm already going to be like at the end, like taking.
You know what?
stuff.
I'll take Chris too because Chris is unorthodox. He'll confuse the bear.
I agree.
He'll confuse
No,
the
no,
bear.
that's a good
100%.
point.
He'll do some sort of weird stance or whatever. He'll do his domain expansion, and it'll be over for him.
Is that
That's
called
it.
his Mega Man boss?
Yeah.
Or?
He's a Mega Man.
No. If that in that scenario, I'm just gonna take the quickest people. Honestly.
Well,
For a
okay.
polar
You know what? We'll do that scenario.
You
Okay.
need a tank.
Well, here's the thing.
You do
Lucas,
need a tank.
5 people and you get a weapon. 'cause
You
this
could
kid-
be the tank. You're probably not going to survive.
Realistically,
Oh, sorry, no. 4. We'll do 4 people.
Because
with-
I'm under the assumption that the tank is going to die.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm
he's
not
gotta
sure-
Oh, you
take
know,
it.
Tank's gonna die.
I'm not sure if you've seen this, but bears can shrug off bullets from like Midwestern times.
They can what?
They can shrug off bullets from Western times.
I think
When
they-
Americans
I think
first came to America, when people first came
when
to
Americans
America,
first came to
Versus
America.
America.
That's pretty
when the
eccentric.
English
I
first
like
came
that
to
sentence.
America, their muskets just bounce off bullets, bounce off
They got
bear hides.
Kevlar armor.
No, I'm like serious because pellets can't pierce as well, so they just bounce off. So-
Bears are terrifying.
No, bears
I
are
mean,
were
bears
terrible.
can tank
Literally-
shots. They can.
Literally, people were with guns shooting at bears. They're just running away. It's like, we've never seen this before. As those bears are chasing.
Well,
but-
you would. I'm gonna be honest. Unless you're taking a machine gun, you're not taking a ranged weapon. Plus, I'm gonna be honest, it's not.
so
fair.
no,
You know about
the
emus?
way the,
Where the you getting emus from?
Well, we were talking about shooting. Do you know about the Great Emu War?
I actually don't. Oh, I know the war, but I don't
Well,
know
I'm
what
a
exactly.
history
The War of
major, so
1812?
it's kind of
Actually,
enlighten
Funny
you
thing, when we
fellows.
first learned about it, I thought it was emo. So I just thought a bunch of emo.
They were a
people.
bunch of emos,
Yeah.
in
Colin, I
Australia.
have a question. How long was the 100-Year War?
When was the War of 1812, Colin?
Tell me.
When was it? When did it start? I'm feeling it started in 1805. I don't know about you.
gonna get this list down. That happened in middle school.
Exactly.
For reference, because again, you don't know what we're talking about, which I apologize for. This was back in the yay day, the good old days, as some people would say. We were at my house, you know, we were in the pool, you know, doing stuff, and you got mad at Gian's. You're trying to chase Gian's, and then I was like, hey, I was like the troll toll, you know, I was like, I stood in front of you and like, yeah, you got to answer my riddles 3.
I should have
Pass.
just thrown you in the pool.
And you know what happened was I was like, all right, Calvin, I'll let you pass. You got to answer one question now. And he's like, all right, what is it? I'm like, what did the War of 1812 start? And he goes, I don't know.
It's on my
The
fucking
War of
floor.
1812. It's called of 1812. I wonder when it started. You know, 100 years lore. How long? You know, I said lore.
100-Year War.
How long did that last?
I hate you.
Fun fact, didn't last 100 years.
You know that's
No, it
that's the
didn't.
thing.
It
When
did.
you I when I answered, I was like 100, and you told me I was wrong,
Mhm.
which I'm like, how the f- is
It
100?
it gaslights everyone. You know, you think it's a 7 years war. How long did that last?
12.
I don't know. Actually, I think it was 7 years.
Think so?
Yeah.
You're the fucking worst.
Who was the main antagonist of the Napoleonic Wars?
Not Napoleon.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Napoleon.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to talk about the Great Emu War. You cut me off.
You cut yourself off because
Did
you
I?
fucking talked about the War of 1812.
Yes, I did.
Can't believe it.
But you know, so basically, if you don't know what it was, basically this was after World War One, and they were having an emu problem in Australia,
because they were eating the crops of farmers. And the farming was very important back then.
Mm.
You know, it still is. I mean, come on, you eat crops and produce. And yeah, so they were eating the crops, and they're like, all right, we got to do something about this. And you know, instead of like handling it in like I guess pretty like domestic manner, they were like, all right, yeah, we're just gonna go to war with the emus. And basically, they gave these 3 guys a machine gun, and they basically were like, hey, we need a bunch of bullets, a machine gun. Just go kill a bunch of emus. And they go do that, and they find out that emus are pretty tanky. They get tank bullets.
Yeah, didn't
Like,
they lose?
The amount of
What else did they
rounds
get?
they would have to use to kill emus, like it was a crazy amount. Like they would be able to tank like 20 rounds. Like yeah, emus are tanky as fuck. And they just run off too. Like they'd all be in a cluster. They'd start firing the machine gun. They would just scatter. They would hit some of them, and they tank it, and they'd move on. They'd be fine. Maybe they'd die later, but it didn't matter. You know, I just voice cracked there. So I'm sick. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but,
for someone that's sick, you're talking a lot, which
My voice got better. I think it's it's.
You know,
the
God
water.
God
That's
heard that
That's
you
why
were,
I'm taking like a drink every like few minutes.
God heard you were on the Let's Talk podcast, and now he has to give you back your
Man,
voice.
man.
I mean, I'm the
drinks
entire
water.
podcast. Unfortunately,
You
I'm gonna
fucking
carry
wish.
this thing. But yeah, basically, they do this entire thing. They tried to fight them. Didn't really work out well. They wound up using a lot more ammunition than like killing emus, which is pretty embarrassing. The Australian military was kind of embarrassed by it. Emus won the Great Emu War. You know, an animal won the war. And eventually they actually figured out a solution where they're like, hey, I think it was like bounties or whatever. They'd be like, hey, if you guys go like out and hunt emus, we'll give you money or something like that. And then that like wound up like fixing the problem.
Money makes anyone do anything.
Money.
Money. And if you're wondering what an emu is, just think of an ostrich. If you're wondering what an ostrich is, I can't help you if you don't know what an ostrich is.
So. How much protein's in an ostrich egg?
I don't know. Do you want to
How
look it
much-
up? You have your phone right
How
there.
much protein's in a regular egg? Let's get that out.
Also, it's
Not a
low-key
lot.
Very convenient.
Not a lot. It's not as much
Really?
as you think it would be.
Dude, those
An
things
ostrich
are
egg is like
giant.
this big, right?
Probably has a lot of protein.
Yeah, ostrich egg is like
Macros.
this big, maybe.
Pretty big egg.
Yeah,
Can't you eat ostrich eggs? Right?
Yes, you
yeah,
can.
Yeah, you can, right?
But it's ginormous.
it is very big. It's a big egg.
Come on, look it up the protein. Let's see that protein. Yeah.
12.
I have tissues with me. I thought I was gonna have to use them because I'm pretty sniffly, but I think I'm good.
I'm
so
gonna
far.
blast someone if he does.
Knowing
that.
myself,
This isn't right.
I might
It
have
says
to-
176 grams. I
Alright.
don't think that's correct.
I mean, it is a pretty big egg.
Big egg.
Pretty big egg.
How much is in a steak?
you know, all these are saying like, dude, if we get ostrich eggs, that's our whole meal.
Oh my goodness.
Squid's pretty lean. You know that?
Squid's actually pretty good. How much?
How
do
about
you-
calamari?
How much? What?
Is calamari the same thing?
Yeah, it's squid.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
where's
I guess-
octopus? I don't see.
I'm saying, but it's the fried.
It's
make
the
it-
same
does-
shit.
Does
They're
the fried?
cephalopods.
Does the fried ruin it or no?
Probably wouldn't be the same.
You know,
What,
I
we-
think
what were we originally talking about? We got
we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
so
We
sidetracked.
keep on getting sidetracked, but that's all right. That's the nature of
That's
a
the
podcast.
nature of
We can
podcasts. I do
go-
have it
I
written
don't
down.
remember what the original topic was. That's
They were talking about wolves. Yeah, you were one.
oh.
Yeah.
We weren't talking
Transform.
about hunting a polar bear.
At the witching
polar
hour.
bear.
Oh.
Polar bear.
We were talking about. I wanted to talk about D&D stories we got. So context, because we kind of went a little on this, but not too much. D&D is Dungeons and Dragons. So if you don't know,
No,
it's a
it's
game.
Dummies and doofuses.
You are a dummy and a doofus.
It's a game called Dungeons and Dragons.
So basically, it's like a fantasy role playing game that we play every week, where you basically get together, you make a character, and basically you fight and do shit. It's a fun game, and we are currently on our JoJo campaign, which has been going on for 2 years.
Which is
now?
based off the hit anime series JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you
Exactly.
don't know what that is, you should watch it because it is pretty good.
we have a lot of funny stories with all our D&D stuff. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
But
2 years.
2 years.
no, I'm just saying in general D&D. We've done this. For
Oh
a
yeah,
long
we
time.
started in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we're still nerds, but like we were like nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds.
I can imagine.
Like, oh,
I didn't start playing D&D until
we got you addicted.
you did get me.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I had
my
to take a break
campaign.
because
It's pretty like people like are like, oh, D&D. It's like it's fun. Like you gotta try it.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like it, you don't like it. But like it's a fun activity. You get to forget about the world around you for one like.
for
You know,
a minute of your goddamn
yeah,
life.
and then you get to do it in this fantasy world, and it's like an RPG. You play a video game, you play an RPG. It's like that. Hopefully you have a good DM like me.
Okay.
I'm a great DM.
So for
but
I don't know. I hear a lot of stuff that Lucas is better.
For
than
further
just from
context,
everyone.
people on the couch are both DMs.
We are.
Joe's been DMing longer for our group personally. I've been DM'd.
Since middle school, baby.
Yeah, I DM'd other
Made a lot of
groups
mistakes over
with
the
other
years.
people,
Which
and I did one campaign.
the
it was-
forest.
It's the most
pirate
it's the most
campaign,
confusing pirate campaign you ever think of.
where we spent half of it in a
I've-
forest.
I have many reasons why, but basically I had to take the story. The story was going somewhere, and then the story provided wasn't good enough, so I just had to veer it off, and they had to run into a forest for a few weeks.
Few weeks.
Like,
Few months.
I
We
don't
were
think it was
there.
that long.
We were there for months.
It's almost like the Belial arc and
Yeah, the Belial arc was
All right,
so
we're getting-
bad.
You didn't like it. You didn't like it.
Okay, I didn't like the first half. I like parts, but I feel like it went on for way too long.
Okay, let's go back and then we'll give some context. So let's talk about the JoJo campaign.
Yes, let's
right
give
now.
some context of
So all of our characters have abilities, either from being a stand or
Yeah, it's like in the show.
I like it the show
You
or
got
a common
ability,
user.
you got
or
like,
that. To round out our party,
yeah,
we have-
Joe Biden.
we have a person named Joe
Joe
Biden.
Biden, who's a stand user.
Basically works in armor. He controls fog. He's the most confusing character because he has.
We don't have to give the exact
Yeah,
dude, don't
just
be
give
too-
them.
Don't be here all
man,
day.
Yeah, man, it's fog. We have
Maximus,
we have Maximus.
Lord Maximus,
the
from
vampire.
Morbius.
The longest title in the whole world, the vampire. We have Juice
World, who's
This
a
is
stand
college
user.
character, stand user that has
I'm
money
Juice
forms. We have Wolfram, that is an axe stand. It's not really
main character over
Wolf.
here.
Not really too familiar, but he's axe stand. He's broken. We have I don't know. We have Polo,
Polo's
basically a thief that also has a
Polo.
squid kid as a stand. Who else? Oh,
All the
We
stands
have
are named after
Buke, which
music, by the
changed
way.
like
yeah,
3
two-
times.
Of music. We have Buke, went through multiple characters.
He was Karanos for the first half, but then we changed it to.
Now he's a
Sicarian.
little boy named Sagander that controls basically prismatic.
He's like 17 years old.
Well, he
He
started off.
used to be 13, but now
He
he's
used to
16.
be 13, but then he was on the Crusade for
Oh,
a
he's
while.
16.
Yeah. He controls prismatic light. He's just some weird stuff with
Bernie's
it.
fucking.
We have Bernie Spinato,
The
the best
handsome-
character.
The handsome.
The character
He's
that
pretty handsome guy.
steals kills for every boss in the game.
He steals kills, yeah.
And we have Xerxes.
Peculiar.
Xerxes
He's
the
very-
Peculiar.
he's
He's
our
a
Haman
Haman
user.
user. That likes to miss a lot.
Are we missing anybody? Oh, Yakshin,
Yakshin.
who is Native American from
Used
America.
to be a ghost. We
He's
saved
a
him.
Mayan.
He's a Mayan.
Get it, come on, get it specific.
He's a Mayan. He has a gravity stand like Wolfram.
Very similar.
Very, very similar.
Star walking.
Star
Star
walking.
walking.
He just has a stand that gets bigger over time until it explodes. And then-
Bigger.
And bigger,
Triggering.
more.
More
Bigger.
bigger.
What stories do you want to talk about?
So the Belial arc, where we'll start with this story because this is how we got into the longest arc ever of this campaign, where it lasted, I would say, almost 3 months to 4.
I think
21
it's
sessions.
21 sessions. Yeah,
That is what is it? That's
20
4 months.
that's about 4 months. Yeah.
That's about 4 months,
A little more than that. 5 months.
like almost half a year
Yeah.
on this arc. Where it originally was like a mind control arc where people were getting themselves taken over their minds and shit, and we were the only ones that were not, because we were doing Tancred shit, which that was also kind of a bad arc. But we got back and we found out everyone was mind controlled, and we were basically put with a task to retrieve everybody and free them. However, we just made so many stupid decisions, and multiple parts of our party got caught. And the whole showdown of this arc was going to be half of our group versus another half of our group. And basically, if we didn't free them, then we didn't know what was going to happen. We needed to win. It was Maximus, Wolfram, Bernie's, and was that it? I think that was it. And then it was those main 4, and then a bunch of NPCs. So they found our base because Joe Biden decided to ride a unicorn to seek them out, which that's cool. Fogacorn, but you don't need
He
to
was
get
a
too much.
Pegasus.
It was whatever.
It was
It's a
something
flying animal.
Get the lore correct.
Flying
Come on.
animal.
So,
Yeah,
but he
fine.
gets himself caught, and then all of a sudden, everyone's coming to us. So we had to, we sent all of the NPCs we saved already out, and it was a showdown. We were supposed to win. we were winning, we were about to beat everyone, but Wolfram and Maximus retreated and left Bernice and a bunch of other people. And so, but Karanos decided to go chase off into the sunset. He's like, I can get him because I can do it. And meanwhile, we're like, don't do it. Let him leave. We basically won. We got like the whole party. But then he chases after him. He's like, nah, I'd win. Gets a nat one while chasing him, falls, knocks himself out. Wolfram and Morbius come back, put a bud in his head. Now Karanos is mind controlled. They start running back. Half of our team is now almost dead. They come back, wipe the floor with us. Bernice kills us all, and now all of us are mind controlled except Polo and Joe Biden.
I think the funniest part was Bernie's. So Bernie's Benato is an interesting character. He's not definitely the strongest damage-wise or anything like that.
Are you joking? He's
let
definitely strong.
Let me get into it. He is, I think, the most reliable character ever because his whole gimmick is damage over time in like mechanic sense. So he's there to tank and damage over time, and basically was dodging most of the allies' attacks and basically burning everyone over time. and he was just stalling long enough for our group to come back while mind controlled. Keep in mind, this is all the beginning of the arc. We're not even into the actual arc.
Well, no, this was supposed to be halfway through the arc.
Supposed to be.
Where it was supposed to be, but then Kranos threw. Then Joel saw that we lost, and he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. That was really a DM moment where he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Basically, technically speaking, they actually kind of should have lost. Like, it should have been like a TPK, but I was like, let me be nice, and I don't want this campaign to end. So I was like, all right, where do we go from here? And I was like, all right, I guess I got to create a event where the remaining party members, which I think were only 2,
it was Joe Biden and Polo.
basically had to save the rest of the party who were mind controlled.
I think
was the whole arc, and then you create a whole realm.
There was another dimension.
I think the dimension was cool, but my god, it was.
It was long, but I think it was really cool because it gave a lot of the players. A lot of players are not super into, not super into. It's like not really experienced. Sean, for example, Conlon, for example, it's not played that long.
You're a newbie.
Yeah,
it gave us experience for players to not PvP it directly, but like to basically be on a different side. For example, Wolfram was mind controlled and like in a dream of like being a totally different character. So basically, to RP with that and like basically RP the group.
Shaking?
That's fine, right? Hopefully that's okay.
Wait.
We're just gonna let that simmer.
Was
for a
that
little
an
bit.
earthquake?
What was that?
We're just gonna let that simmer
That
for a
was
little bit.
crazy. What the f?
You know what was that? Hold on. We're gonna keep recording, but what was that?
We're just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. Make sure we're not.
Was that an earthquake? Like a mini earthquake?
Something large. Either
Hold on,
passed
we're
by.
gonna see our producers.
Our
and
producers,
team
Big A.
are
They're
in
on
the
the
back.
case.
What was that?
Something
Was
large,
that like a mini shake? Like an
something large either passed by or.
But we're in the mid. There's no roads.
All right.
Okay.
Upstairs? But I felt it
No,
from
I felt
below
that
me.
Below. We'll get into it later. Hopefully we're not.
Man, what a fucking
Like, can we keep
Yeah,
recording?
We're good, right? Okay.
Hopefully
What a
not.
fucking episode.
All right,
Alright.
keep it going.
Hopefully we'll get that on camera.
Yeah.
Like the mic was
It's
shaking.
definitely gonna be on camera.
Like
Um,
that shit was shaking.
Anyway, so yeah.
I was ready for one of these lights to come crashing.
You know,
down.
I actually thought something was gonna break. 'Cause
So
we felt that was under us, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't above us.
I was like everywhere. Everything was
I felt it from below me, like in my chair.
No, I felt it. Yeah. Back to the Belly arc. I think the
Yeah,
weakest.
let's just quick transition.
Anyway.
I-
Transition back to Belly.
I think the weakest point of the Belly arc was the PvP directly because I think that creates randomosity.
Because Kranos just decided to one shot me.
Yeah. So
You're still butthurt about that, huh?
Dude, here's the thing, because my biggest problem is not Kranos himself. The ability you gave of the Thunderdome that should have never.
you
been
know,
a
like the
thing.
Mordecai role.
I don't know why the Thunderdome was ever conceived. Because here's the thing, don't even count me in it. There's been multiple boss fights where Kranos just takes the boss and fights him alone, and we're just waiting outside the bubble, just like diddly diddly do. Oh, is Kranos done yet? No.
It's an awesome.
Two more
ability.
turns. Like, for example, we almost died because the sand dune thing. Remember the sand guy?
Paul Atreides?
I don't know.
It is
Duke
Paul
of
Atreides.
Arrakis?
Duke of
You know the
Arrakis.
sand guy that is supposed to like take time and what was it? It was like we
The
were getting
Requiem?
more thirsty. I don't remember his
The Requiem, yeah.
Yeah, the Requiem.
Oh,
Cashmere.
Yeah,
Cashmere.
where he just casually took the boss and we didn't get any stacks or anything. Oh no, we were.
We were
because,
getting stacks
because
while
the
that was
Requiem
happening.
was outside.
Yeah, but
But he was just like, let me 1v1 the thing. And we spent 3 turns just doing nothing. Which I'm like, that's fun.
but back to Belia. I think we had some of the best fights in Belia arc, honestly. I
disagree.
I think the group fight we had with like all the demons that were allies was like really fun, and
was that one the one?
that's when I turned. That's when I turned in the stadium. That's when I turned.
Oh,
Act
when me
3.
and Polo.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I can't say much about it because I didn't play in it. So
I know you were an enemy.
Yeah, but I didn't get a single turn.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that-
Karanos, because
that happened.
not only just botched one of his things, but
I know, I had a lot of
just
I think
metagaming
also
just-
us fighting the 15 was also fun.
which one was it?
That was
The
Jaren.
Baylor.
Oh,
Baylor,
Jaren.
not 15.
I was. That was fun actually.
Yeah.
That one was. I think my favorite part of that arc is when me and Polo just woke up in the middle of the mafia base, just because there was a mafia during that, and for some reason we just woke up in the middle of it, and we were just acting and shit because we were still demons, and we need to escape, and but that was really bad because we had to do a stealth mission. Also, we got some really important information while we were there.
No, I think the best part about the Belia arc is the Belia arc is basically our sign of our party not being invincible, as we have made mistakes and failed.
Yeah, that was the
Multiple
arc where we
times
did
in that arc.
The most mistakes.
The funniest part in that arc was Liam's character Yakshin says, "Go and do some odd jobs," and that ruined everything. Everyone got
The
captured.
best part is that we just got everyone back together.
And back together,
literally
and
that
then
same
a
session,
one
we got
word or
everyone,
two
we were
words.
all separate, but we got everyone back to. So we completed the goal of the arc, where it was to get everyone back. But then Liam said, "Let's do some odd
It took
jobs."
2 words to
Two
split
words
the party
to
again.
split up the. And we lost everyone. Polo got lost. I got my hand chopped off. Everyone left. Oh my god!
first time
Morbius killed somebody.
No, Morbius gone to jail because he had to kill
And
someone.
we had a trial.
Oh
my
I
god.
do remember that trial.
That was
Oh, God.
actually awful.
The trial was fun.
The trial, I think it went on a little too long.
I didn't know anything about law, so I had you to help me because he did law stuff. And I was like, yeah, that was fun. I liked it.
No, I also lost my hand in that arc. It was not fun.
How do you have your hand back, by the way?
Joseph the
Fake?
Smith.
It was a
right.
He has a
I
prosthetic.
have a prosthetic, which is a really good prosthetic. 'Cause it didn't give me any
I should get wolf from scars, honestly.
He's giving scars.
Just give me, like, more scars.
No, I got these scars. Okay, I get it.
But I think the best arc we had was what was it? It was the one with the assassin arc,
Bounty hunters.
the bounty hunters.
Yeah, that was fun.
I think that was the best because we got Sterling Riddlesticks, which I think was a great villain from the start, and he was just overall a very good character.
That's good.
And I loved
hated
it.
him.
Yeah, I love it.
No, you did, dude.
He's like Gojo to me. You know, he's perfect.
I mean, don't you know the author hates Gojo?
I do know the author hates Gojo.
Why did he go?
He hates Gojo
Because
so much.
I think he hates him because he's like
Too strong.
he's too strong. He's like a
Even though
he's
he
like,
made him.
he's like the stereotypical like bullshit like strong like almost like a main character.
Well, that was the
even
same
though-
thing with Toji.
Not really. No.
Well, he's the strongest non curse user ever.
Okay, but like he kind of like
He
has a
took
lot-
on. I can't say anything because you know.
Without
what I'm talking about.
spoilers. Yeah, I know.
You know
what
we can't say anything.
I just started watching season 2.
Gojo's
If
really
If
strong,
you're wondering
by
what
the
we're talking about, by the way, we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an anime, and you should watch it. If you don't watch it, that's okay, but you really should 'cause it's pretty good. You know. Doing
Choji's
promotion
really
here.
strong.
Sponsored by Big A, by the way. I
No.
don't know if you guys know that.
Dude, where is this? Who's Big A again?
We're sponsored by them.
We're sponsored, man.
Big A.
Isn't that one of our PTV members? Big A.
Big A.
You know, I also wish it was sponsored by Yeti.
Yeti.
This,
Yeah,
I
we're
wish.
doing a bunch of
Please
sponsors.
sponsor me. This is the best water bottle I've ever gotten. Ever since I got this, I've been drinking.
Man, we're really doing a sponsorship here.
10 times more water I've been drinking that.
Plus out the Ouija board.
Ouija board.
We could.
They're gonna lock the door now because
Honestly-
that's what it was. The earthquake.
We gotta open it up.
It was the Ouija
Yeah, you're
board.
right. We're opening up the Ouija board. Sorry, producers. We're going to get hurt.
Oh my god.
We
It's
might,
real.
start another one.
Okay, me and Luke is gonna do this because
Alright.
Joe's a little too far.
Yeah.
So, give some more context.
So-
I think I'm the person Skamals or in our group
most spiritual.
That is.
Most spiritual.
I think that has had the most ghost stories actually happen.
Tell us some ghost stories. Like, come on,
And then,
waste
yeah,
some
while
time.
we're saying this in the meantime,
Instructions.
I had some ghost stories. My house, I think, was built above a burial ground. Or no,
Oh shit!
not a burial ground, but
Wait, you actually live across a burial ground?
Yep, I
Yes,
live
you
across
do.
a burial.
you
I live across a burial ground. I think it
You
was.
got haunted
Yes, multiple times.
multiple times.
Yes. I'll get into
It's a
that.
Tuesday for 'em.
We also live over like two people that used to live there a long time ago. Also my parents, my grandparents is spiritual. They're very religious too. Where they oftentimes get not visions exactly, but like weird precognition of stuff, and they also like spirits. I also get that sometimes of like
You're a prophet?
no, it's like
You can see the future?
no. But it's like those moments where like someone tips something, oh it's like a 7, and then a 7 happens like immediately like 2 seconds after. It's like those weird things. It's like not actual precognition, but it's like weird, like guessing. But also I had a few ghost stories in my house. One being where I had multiple what's the thing where your brain wakes up but your body doesn't?
A sleep paralysis?
Yes.
You had those?
I had multiple of those in a row actually.
Those are
I
terrifying.
had four days in a row of sleep
4
paralysis.
days in a row?
But like they had different. But the first 2 were the same, of like a shadow moving in the background, normal stuff. A third one happened where a woman in white robes was walking up to me and petting my head slowly, while a man, I assume a man, a ghostly figure, was walking in the background. Fourth time was the same thing, but the man was a bit more clear. I looked it up, and there's like they said a man and woman lived in my house a long time ago.
I'm convinced it's a spirit.
Man,
Well,
woman-
ghosts do exist. At least
Do they?
I think they do.
Are
I,
we sure about that?
I've had things move in my house sometimes without like any like.
I'm not saying I'm a ghost denier, but I'm also not a ghost believer.
No, that's
You
it.
know,
I
mean, I'll
think-
say
You
this.
you won't believe it until you see it. Honestly.
The only paranormal thing I think I've ever experienced, I think, oh god, throat. Hold on.
all right.
1 second. A door closed. It wasn't supposed to close in my house. And it happened during dinner time with my family, and that was it. We thought, oh, it was a ghost.
Alright.
Could have been a window.
So
I've had that happen to me.
So how we're supposed to play? We're both supposed to put one finger on it.
You're
We're
supposed to ask questions.
Excuse me.
What's up, ghost?
What's up,
Joe.
dog?
Joe, do you know any prayers?
Y'all follow?
Hail Mary, Holy Grace. Lord
That's
That's
Indeed.
fine. Just say a prayer, and then we have to say, "Is anyone out there?"
Is there anybody in there? The light.
This probably won't work since it's morning time and not really nighttime.
Okay,
Especially
but
during the
what,
witching
okay,
hour.
like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. What is that bullshit? What is
The
with
witching
that? Like,
So-
oh, okay, well, it's 3 a.m., so that's when the ghosts come out.
the
How do you
3
know the ghosts aren't out just right now?
The Therium have a few names.
The
Therium,
Holy Trinity. I know it's supposed to mock the Holy Trinity.
it's
Like,
supposed
that's
to
why
mock the
it's
whole
3
Trinity.
a.m.
But saying it's also called the witching hour because
The witching hour.
people believe that's when the veil between spirit world and material world, the human world,
That's
is the weakest
Mookie, let's
during
cut
the time.
fingers. All right, Joe, say the prayer or a prayer.
I don't know the Hail Mary.
All
You really don't. Are
Hail-
you Christian?
Christian. Yes, I am.
can
I know our Father.
I say it or
Who
just
are
someone
in
else
heaven.
say it?
You could say it.
Hail Mary,
It's supposed to be
full of
someone like an outsider, but it
Hail,
doesn't matter.
Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. What is that? That's wooden.
Whoa. I'll say the Alpha.
Blessed fruit.
How about that?
I'll
say the Alpha.
Spirit,
Our
Holy Mary,
Father.
Mother of God.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Someone do
Go ahead.
it.
It has to be someone outside.
You see that? It's a ghost. You know?
Imagine we get another earthquake.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what it was.
Okay.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our trespasses. As we forgive those who trespass against us. But lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Spooky.
Amen.
Did you hear that? A
Amen.
chair moved in the other room. It's a ghost.
Okay, is anybody there? Lucas, you want to start moving?
What?
Oh my god,
Oh
it's
my-
moving!
yes.
Yes! It said yes!
Oh my goodness.
Are they actually recording?
Yeah, of course they are.
I'm just.
Okay, question. Is Joel... Actually, no, we're gonna get yes again. Am I gay?
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Damn, you want to make out?
No.
Okay.
Don't move.
Is Chris this? Well, we need to ask a question.
I'll ask a question.
Okay. Well, are we supposed to be the ones asking the question?
Are you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, man, this whole
you're the
spirit
one
realm,
that-
you know.
It's a little finicky.
Can we talk to Albert Einstein?
Okay, then sure.
What's up, Albert?
What's
You know,
Sup, Albert?
up, Albert?
I saw you in the what was that movie? Oh, I forget the movie. Oh my god,
Oppenheimer?
Oppenheimer. You were cool in Oppenheimer. Is that historically accurate? No. Well, maybe he's not here. Where was Einstein? But who was buried here? We need to find out. The
Buried
spirits.
here? Yeah, can we get some knowledge on that?
Do you guys know about the
Maybe we have
to do it lighter.
how about we just talk and if it moves, it moves.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys know about the ghost box thing?
I do know.
Where like
you
you
No.
will put like a
Spirit
box
box,
down,
yeah.
a spirit box, and it'll like go through like different channels, and apparently, allegedly, it's supposed to be like, oh well, you're talking to something from like the spirit realm, and you ask it a question, and it'll say something, and it's like, oh, and yeah, it's definitely not just going through channels and just picking up, radio waves or whatever.
No.
Listen, again, I'm not an anti-ghost. Maybe ghosts are real. I don't know. I just haven't seen it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question for the board. Mr. Board.
Mr.
shit.
Board.
That was my bad. A Ouija board, whatever spirit. Do ghosts?
Dude, that's your question? That's really your question?
You never know.
The maturity on this guy is astounding. That's the question he wants to ask. Not, what's your history? What did you do in your life? What was your job? Not, that's your question. That's what the main priority
What
is.
if they do?
Does that matter?
Matters
Does it
to
really
me.
matter?
What if I have a wife and we're both ghosts? And
Yeah, your wife is a ghost?
what? No. What if
Maybe
we?
she's a ghost right now.
What if I have? I could never know.
Yeah.
But what if she went? What if we're both ghosts and then we can't do it?
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Pay respect to any spirits that are around. Please show yourselves by moving
Dude,
the piece.
Lucas is fucking serious about this shit.
Luke is like, okay, now we're getting serious.
I'm having a laugh. He's freaking me out. I'm having a laugh.
You
about
know
this.
what the fuck?
And he's
Luke is like, I deal with this all the time. All right, ghost, come down.
It's unlikely to move.
he's
at all.
locked in.
You know
right
this
now.
shit's not gonna move.
It's not gonna move.
It's not a real plant shit, probably.
This shit's not gonna.
It's
move.
gotta be like, doesn't it have to be like ivory or something? Isn't that like?
Oh, you're right. It does have to be ivory.
We're open.
Ooh.
It's a ghost. Oh, the lights. Oh, it's a ghost.
We didn't ask for the lights, ghost. We needed a fucking movement. I do see the ghost trying to communicate though.
I think the ghost name is Big A. I think that's the. I
Alright.
think it's the
We
ghost.
can put it away for now. Good.
that was fun. Yeah, no, I'm done. I quit. I think the ghost was.
Listen, man. Oh, don't wait. We're supposed to light candles.
Supposed to light candles.
supposed
Oh,
to-
we need the
You
Joe
gotta
Rogan
get, like, the
candle.
salt.
Please sponsor me, Yeti.
Yep.
Need money.
He needs-
All right. I'm gonna take a call from a very special guest.
Oh yeah, dude. Let me tell you something right now. If I could go to IHOP right now and it was femboys and goth women at the same time, let me tell you something. I'd a Sonic fucking plushie and watch Sonic Chew all over again. Just get a fucking hit of that shit.
Oh.
Just a goth girl whiff. Just a whiff of that fucking slightly not love. That's the kind of shit that I want. Because, like, that's the level of security I need in my life. Knowing that they're that fucking